Hey everybody, this is Anjanette from AJ's Personal Touch. How you doing? It is now 5:07 p.m. and I am just getting up. And I went to bed early last night, so unfortunately that means I think my cold is not gone. I should say my infection. It's either coming back or it's just really hanging on for a while. I know I felt much better over the last couple days, but that's while I had my steroid pack and on it. And I have crashed hard. I had to force myself to get up. I finally did, so I'm here. Um, Today, I have to tell you who the winner is of the renaming for today, Friday. Not worked on a pet toy today yet. I do plan on making just a small one today. Um, Let me pause you and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because a cat stuck it. It's over on the floor on the other side. Okay, I'm back. This is what I'm talking about. I'll at least make one of these. And I have different size rings. This is made from a ring from a milk carton. Um, I have a smaller ring that came off of, is that smaller in here? I think, yeah, a little bit smaller for my G2 bottles. And then even a smaller one that my husband had on a pop bottle. And he was like, well, do you think you can use this? I said, yeah, I think I can. And that would be, all the different sizes are good. They like to take them, fling them, throw them up. It doesn't have to be the design that I used on this. I thought it was cute. It looked like a flower. Um, I've seen them made different ways, and I never quite knew how they made them. I used to try to make them with hair ties, and they just, didn't stand up, or they were still too bendy. They need to be a little pliable, but not too much. And those rings are perfect. I was taking one off of the milk one day, and I was like, wait a minute, I can reuse that. So there you go. And then I had forgotten that I was going to do that. And then I heard Kim from Yearning for a Smile say, you guys should save, I think it was her that I heard, your milk carton rings. So, yeah, this doesn't have a jingle or anything on it, but I have spray catnip. And if you have cats and you don't have spray catnip is really nice because you can spray all the things you want them to play with and scratch. And when you spray it, they like automatically go to those things and leave your other stuff alone. Now, not saying they won't go back to the other stuff, but one bottle lasts a very long time. We've had our bottle for well over a year and a half now, I do believe, and it's not even a fourth gone because all you do is spray a little bit. So this one I sprayed last week. I don't think it sprays like it smells like it anymore. She'd be all over it because she's my catnip fiend. But say hi, Clue. Hi. Okay, here we go. Go get it. There she goes. Okay. They love them. Not all of them love them. When it comes to cats, you never know what toy they're gonna like. Now, the one I showed you I made last week, the mouse, the cats here don't tend to like that one as much unless I have it really sprayed well with the catnip. They don't tend to like it, but I have seen other cats take those and just fling them and throw them. I've given one to my daughter, and her cats just love it, and they throw it all over the house. So you never know. It may be a hit, it may not. If not, give it to somebody else who has a cat and it may be a hit with them. Just keep on sharing. I don't get mad. I don't get upset. I've looked at comments on Chewy and people who are so upset. Oh, that toy didn't work. My cat didn't like it. You say every cat loves it, blah, blah, blah. First of all, that's advertising. Every cat's never going to love anything. So just get to know your cats and get to see what they like. And that comes from trial and error, getting stuff that they don't like that you may think that they will and they don't. And then getting things sometimes that you think they wouldn't even go near ever, and they do all the time. So I got my cat's one of those things that has the ball that goes around and around, but it's three tracks high. I thought Halford, rest his soul, when he was here, would love it. Didn't go near it. But Kahlua loves it. And that was at a time when she was larger and we needed to get her exercising and she wouldn't do anything for us. wouldn't play with her toys, wouldn't do anything. I brought that in the house all the time. We'd hear it going, pew, 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 the balls going around. And not only, I mean, first she just laid there and pushed them back and forth. Then she got up and she'd make them move around. Then she moves the whole thing out into the middle of the floor. So yeah, I mean, she's being active with it. I'm wondering if we don't have the room right now, but once we get stuff changed around in here, I'm hoping if, because we're going to have a bigger area because we're getting rid of the table that you guys are sitting on right now. I'd like to get one of those that has like the mat and it hides the toy under it and it's electronic. You either plug it in or it's batteries, or I think there's some that maybe even rechargeable. You charge it and put it down, you know. But anyway, it's got a toy underneath it that will go around and around and around, peek out, and then you try to grab it as it goes around. I think that would be perfect for her and get her to exercise maybe even a little more. But she's lost enough weight that's very happy with her. But little bit, oh my goodness, little bit's gotten so much bigger. From the tail end, we can't tell who is who because little bit is so big in the rear end, and it looks like she's like her hips are like so much bigger than Kalua's. But I figured that's probably because she had babies and Kalua never did. So anyway, I am here today to pick a winner for the name for today. And then I do want to chat a little bit more, but I want to get to the winner for those people who come on and just want to see that. It was down between the two top ones. We started off with 4 names. Let me pull it up. You know, I took a picture on my iPhone to tell you on the picture, and I'm like, hello, just open up the YouTube. Let me open up the YouTube. That way I can give you what we started with. I'm not thinking today. I'm not thinking at all. I'm not feeling well at all. I'm back to not being hungry. Yeah. Hopefully I get past this weekend. We're supposed to go to my daughter's house Sunday because it's my husband's birthday and she's having lunch for us. And I'm just hoping that I can make it. So we started off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names. And those were Fantastic Feline Fiesta Friday. It's a mouthful, but I love it. Furry Friends Fundraiser. Furry Paws Fundraiser. Furry Friend Friday. And I know that was one that I said, oh, I think I like this. What do you guys think? And somebody else said, oh, I love it, and put it as their entry, which I didn't mind at all because, I mean, I can't put my own in there. So she loved it and entered it. And then Furry Friends and Family Fundraising. So, and out of those 5, 3 of them had votes. Somebody must have gone through and changed their vote because Furry Friends Fundraiser had a vote. And when I went to move them for the top 2 were Fantastic Feline Fiesta Friday and Furry Friend Friday. When I went to move those 2 to have them voted for, it was down to just those 2 having votes. So whoever voted for Furry Friends Fundraiser had changed it before I had a chance to put the poll up for the top 2. So I hope you got your vote in because this one was extremely close. I mean, extremely close. There were a total of 9 votes, which before we only had 5. So we had more people voting this time. We had 9 votes. And the winner won with at 56%. And the one who was in second place, 44%. I mean, talk about being close. That is really close. So I'm going to tell you the runner-up first. Sorry, I need that heat, especially with my tooth that was pulled. I need the liquid for it. But it seems that the hot liquid makes it feel better than anything else. So anyway, the runner-up, Furry Friend Friday. So thank you so much, Donna from Melfina's Magic, Crochet, Cooking, and more, etc. Not and more, etc. Thank you so much for putting that in and saying that you liked it so that it would go through the voting. I appreciate it. The number one name, which we will now be, and I've got to learn this mouthful for every week, is Furtastic Feline Fiesta Friday. So, congratulations, Kathy Belangia. You have won. You win the Wheel of Amigurumi yarn that I thought I had sitting over here, but I moved it. So, sorry, pause one more time because I know exactly where it's at. I forgot that I moved those around and I put some away the other day, so it was not exactly where I thought it was. Forgive me for being so flaky in this video. Like I said, I'm not feeling good and I did not come as prepared as I thought I was. So, she wins this Wheel of Amigurumi yarn. She can make some amigurumis, which is awesome because I'm helping her learn how to make amigurumis right now. You can either have me send it to you, or if you want, the other option that I gave in the first one, because I know not a lot of people like to make amigurumis, is that you can donate it to me to make cat toys with. So let me know if you want me to send it to you or if you want to donate it. And you can let me know in the comments below which one you want, and send me an email if you want to. Well, I'm not thinking, excuse me. Tell me below which you prefer, and if you want me to send it to you, send me an email with your address and I will send it out to you right away. So congratulations for winning. I am so excited. Fantastic. See, I can't even remember. Furtastic Feline Fiesta Friday. Now, I had chatted with her because she's one of the chatters in my room who comes in and does the virtual chatting. I had asked her, I was like, that's kind of a cool name. And why did you think of that? She said, well, because we're fundraising and fundraising can be fun and we can have a party out of it at the same time. So I really love that. And she said, especially if we get the virtual crochet circle going after this comes up on Fridays for people who also want to make toys to donate, because that would be our day to work on cat toys to donate. So I would really like to get that going. So please, for anybody who is watching this, who is interested in joining the circle and making toys to donate, whether it's to send to me or to donate to your own pet project around you, I don't care. As long as you're making something to donate to a pet project. Mine is for Meow Mission. So all the toys that I'm doing are cat toys, but things can be made for dogs too. And I'm also going to try to make a big, something big that they can donate, or not donate, that they can raffle off for money. But when I had asked the director about that before, she was kind of like, well, we already get enough stuff to donate, so, or to raffle. So I'm not as big on doing that right now because I don't even want to start doing something like that until I have plenty of toys made. And I do not have plenty of toys made. So I have made one for the year because I was sick. Well, two, but the cats took the one I just showed you. So I'm going to make another one to replace that one today. And then I got to get working on my husband's birthday gift. Saturdays will be Selfish Saturdays. I will try to get a video up every Saturday, but I may not. But when I do, Saturdays are Selfish Saturdays. And it's called that because it's a day for me. Whether I color, whether I crochet, whether I do whatever. But whatever I work on is supposed to be for me. Now, my Selfish Saturday tomorrow is going to be working on my husband's gift. And in a way, I think that's for me too. So I have something to give him. And also working on the video of your guys's Valentine projects that we're going to talk about on AKA Crafty Chat on Monday. And it doesn't have to be just crochet. It can be cross stitch. It can be um, needlepoint, plastic canvas needlepoint. It can be whatever. It could be woodworking. It could be whatever. As long as it is a Valentine's Day gift, you can tell that it's Valentine's. It has a heart, red and pink, whatever. As long as you can tell that it's made for Valentine's Day, just get it into me. It's supposed to be in by midnight tonight. I will probably give you until noon tomorrow because so far, as far as I know, I haven't gotten any, but I have not been able to check my email address today. So I need to do that. I need to check and see if anybody has sent me anything, and I will do that. Please, if you have any makes, take a minute, send me a picture. I would love to show them. Put your name on it. Let people see what you do. And if your email is an email that is like the name of your channel, can you please make sure that you have your name in there? Because I want to put everybody's name on it so everybody can see their name. And if you have a channel, let me know you have a channel too. And if you want the channel name added on it, I will do that as well. I'll put both. But I want everybody to know, what your name is. And if you don't want both names put on there, let me know and I will just put on one. So there you go. I cannot wait to see all of your makes. I am so excited, and I am so excited to show them off to everybody else. So I also need to finish my heart that I started with the crochet along this week. It turns out I thought that the both yarns that I had, both scrap yarns that I'm using for it, I thought were worsted weight, but one was DK. So I had to go and find a worsted weight. So I would be done with it right now, except for I have to make the one side again. And I'm going to go ahead and make the other one. So next week is the second week of the crochet along. And especially if anybody hasn't started yet, it is something that can be made in two settings. So come and join us next week. We would love to see you there. So, oh, something exciting happened today. And I really wanted to tell you about it today. So when I said I was going to chat, this is what I meant I wanted to chat about. Those of you who have been watching me, especially this last year, know that around March or May last year, we had two cats who started showing up on the porch outside, and we started feeding them. Then we became, the home that the strays were coming to and my husband named them. He named the black and white one Little Bit and the charcoal gray one Charcoal. Well, I told him, I said, once you name them, they're coming in the house. And I had already wanted to bring them in the house. And he was like, nope, nope, we're not bringing them in. And I'm like, but you named them. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's how it always happens. Once you put a name on a cat that's outside, they're coming in the house. And he was like, no, we're going to leave them as feral. They're going to stay outside. We got them taken care of through Meow Mission. Got them neutered, got all of their shots and everything. And that's why I do donations for Meow Mission, because they are such a great organization. We have kitty condos and stuff outside right now, and we have two cats who have been living, one in one and one in the other. It keeps them warm in the winter. They're made out of like the styrofoam of a cooler, and there's hay on the inside. You don't want straw. Straw can get too wet. I never learned that before, and it can get too cold. So you want to use straw or hay, not straw, hay. And they supply the hay. So they're like, you only change it like twice a year. And when we're, after the winter, when we're ready to change it, just go to them and they'll give us more to put in it. So it is a great organization to sponsor. They are trying to help bring down the cat population by doing what's called catch and release. And they spay and neuter the cats who are caught. They take them back to people who say they'll take care of the community and start a community at their house, and they bring these shelters out, so they'll have shelter in the winter specifically, but also in the summer, and to keep them in from the rain when it rains and all of that. And as long as we promise that we'll feed them and give them water. And for some people who can't afford the extra food, they also offer food. and supplies. And we get cat food for our cats, so we just go ahead and get for them as well. Yes, we're on a very limited income, but we pay for that, and then I make cat toys to help them raise money. Um, but anyway, when winter came, actually right after we got them um, taken care of, Little Bit had just had kittens, and some of you remember that story. It's not a pleasant one. Unfortunately, she had moved them away from our porch, and where she moved them to, they didn't make it. There's more to it than that, but I'm not going into it on here. Anyway, they didn't make it. It was very sad. We all cried. She roamed the neighborhood looking for her cats, for her little kittens. It was really, really sad. Well, then when we did the catch and release, when they took her in to fix her, they did more work than that since she had just had kittens. Um, they didn't quite explain all of it. They just said that she needed some maternal work because of just having babies. I think that's how they phrased it. Something to do with maternity. Um, so they did whatever they needed to do, but she was extremely lethargic the day they brought her back, which they pick them up on a Sunday and they bring them back on Tuesday. So they really, and they have the procedure done on Monday. So they haven't had a long time to recuperate after having this done. Extremely, I mean, extremely lethargic. Um, we were scared enough that I called the vet to ask because I couldn't get a hold of somebody at Meow Mission to get a hold of them, because they also come out if there's something wrong with the feral cats, and they will catch them again and take them into the vet to take care of whatever issues. I was trying to get a hold of them to let them know, and I called the vet. Um, we brought her in, and they were like, just give her time, make sure she eats, uses the bathroom, put her in a separate room. That would be great, put her back outside after she feels well, because they don't expect you to bring the feral cats into your home. Well, these Little Bit and Charcoal, of course, didn't really act feral because were almost 99.9% positive from the house next door or across the street when they moved. So, she came in, we took care of her, and she never wanted to go back out. So we let her stay in. And Charcoal would act like he wanted in. Of course, he lost his best friend. They're like brother and sister because she was in here. But yet he still wouldn't come in. My daughter had come and got him before they ever did the catch and release because she fell in love with him and he fell in love with her. Every time she'd come over, he'd go straight into her lap. She would spend like an hour or two outside just petting him. I mean, he picked her. She was his person. And so she caught him and took him home. But her cats didn't like him. So, and it's the first time we have ever seen, I mean, they're the sweetest cats. She has very sweet cats, but they would go after him. They'd get their claws out. I mean, you name it, they went after him really, really bad. And we don't know if it's because they weren't into being cuddled as much with her anymore. So they were jealous because he was always in her lap or what. Anyway, she had to bring him back. She was fearful. They kept him in the bathroom again, thinking we separate them, we can re-bring him into the house and everything will be fine. She said, but the others were actually aggressively trying to get into the bathroom at him to hurt him. So they brought him back. So he'd stand by the door, start to come in, and he would see our cats. Well, her cats, she has a black and white male and an all black male. And at the time, we had Halford, who's all black, but he was short haired compared to medium haired compared to their long haired. And we have Kahlua, who's black and white, who looks a lot like Calvin, except for he's got some more extinct features on him. I don't know if it's because he's male, but she has a softer face and he has a more very distinct framed face. Plus, he doesn't have the black marking that she has. So he kept acting like he was going to come in and running away. And then when it got cold out, before the snow fell, but it was getting cold and rainy and windy, he ended up running in one night and he's been in here ever since. Him and Halford had their issues, and they were just starting to get along when Halford passed. Now, what I wanted to talk about was we got a surprise, and I know I showed it to you guys on here. I thought I posted it on my Instagram, but when I looked, I did not. And when Little Bit had come in, I had added her to my Chewy account as a new addition to our house. And I had forgotten to do that for Charcoal until after this happened. I made sure I got on there to add Charcoal because at the time we had somebody we were going to rehome them to. But she had a cat who had gotten out of the house. She was in the hospital last year, and her son was taking care of the cat, and he got out of the house and was gone for a year. And literally, we were planning, trying to figure out when to get the cats to her, and we were planning on bringing them either that week or the next week when she got a call telling her that the cat had been found. They checked the microchip and her cat had been found. So she got her back, which is amazing and awesome. And we were so happy for her. But in that same week, right before that happened, we got a package from Chewy. And I was like, I haven't ordered anything. So in that package was this picture of Little Bit. I went on to Chewy looking to see if they sell these pictures because this is painted. This is a gorgeous painted rendition of Little Bit, and that is almost exactly what she looked like in the picture that they took it for. Maybe a little bit softer up there, but gorgeous. Great representation of Little Bit. I looked and looked and looked, and all I could find was you can send them pictures and they will make it a memorial or a picture for your wall or, whatever. But they were all pictures. They didn't have any paintings. I was going to call them and ask them if they would do it, if the people they got it from, if they could tell me who they got it from, who does it, could I get a hold of them? Could I get one made? Because I wanted one made of charcoal so we could have one of both of them, because at the time we thought they were going to this house. Well, when we found out that it wasn't going to happen, I never called them. I never asked. I thought, I've got time. I can do it later. I added his name and picture on, thinking maybe I'll just get one sent. Who knows? Well, then Charcoal passed. Not Charcoal, sorry. Halford passed. And it's been hard because he passed right before Christmas. It's been hard for the whole family. It's been hard for all the cats because they all loved him, except for Charcoal at the time. But they were just starting to get along. We were just having strides with them starting to get along and playing with each other and not running when they saw each other, or Charcoal running when he saw um, Halford, because Halford used to chase him into the room that my husband sleeps in and like, ha, you stay there. Don't come out of that room. But at the beginning, when he first came in, he would play with him fine. And I don't know what changed. I don't know if it's because they were both males. We don't know exactly why. But I do know that the day that he passed, Charcoal went up to him and given him kisses and tried his hardest to get him to wake up. And it was really heart wrenching. Anyway, I don't want to go there. To continue on with the story, the cats have missed him. Bob misses him. For Christmas, my daughter asked me for pictures of Halford, and I sent them to her. And she got this big frame made with just a montage of pictures of Halford, and it's gorgeous. I got him an ornament with a picture of Halford on the one side, which is the picture we got him from the Humane Society. My husband saw him on TV. He was the cat of the week, and he had FIV, and he had been in the Humane Society for 6 months. Nobody wanted him because he was sick. And we were like, well, we do. He's like, he wanted me when he knew that I was sick. I mean, which is completely different because I'm a person. I mean, but why wouldn't we take an animal who is sick too and give him a good life and, and not the best home, but, a pretty decent home, and it's not outside. We took the best of care of him. He got sick. We thought we were going to lose him once. He had crystals in his bladder. We got lucky. We got him to the emergency hospital in time. Cost a lot of money, but we got him taken care of. He was in there for over a week. Um, but he was doing fine, and he was eating um, RX prescription cat food. He was doing really, really well, and he had just had his vet visit in November, and the vet said he was doing, and so was Kalua, that she had lost weight. They were both doing great. And then December 16th, he passed away. He went under the table, and as far as we know, he went to sleep and passed away. For days before that, he had been trying to get out of the house, so we think he knew. Well, anyway, on with the story. I mean, you guys, those of you following me, you all know that. So if you want to know more about it, you can go back into around that day, and you'll hear all about it. Um, anyway, I really wanted something special for my husband for his birthday, which is Sunday. And I felt bad because I had forgotten about his birthday until yesterday. And I'm usually on top of it. I'm the one calling my daughter, trying to make plans for his birthday and that. But because I've been so sick, it completely flew my mind. So I called her, or not, I didn't call her. I'm like, what can I do? Well, I did call her, talk to her, and she's going to get a gas card for him because I'm like, but that's just, that's a gas card. That's not something special. I wanted to do something special. I wanted to get a memorial from Chewy to give him as a gift, but I didn't want to give him just anything because he had already gotten, the picture and that from her, and the ornament with the rainbow bridge on one side and his picture on the other side. And what I was saying about when we got him is when we got a picture of him, it was around Valentine's Day. So 2 years ago, around Valentine's Day, and we had Valentine pictures taken of the cats. He's in front of this heart in this picture, and they, sent the picture home with us, and it was so gorgeous. Anyway, that's the picture I used for the rainbow bridge ornament. So I called Chewy finally and asked them about the paintings. I'm like, is it something that we can pay to get one? And she said, it's just something we do out of courtesy. We go, we'll look through and see if a picture can be used for it. They have 3 artists who do that for them, and they send them out. And I was like, wow. I said, I had never seen that, before we got ours. And I've been using Chewy for a long time. And I tell everybody, anybody who has a pet, I'm like, use Chewy. They've got good prices. And it's one of the companies who has kept their sales the way that they had them. Yes, some things have gone up in price, like everywhere right now, but they still have their sale every week, buy two, get one free on different products, mix and match, through all of that. And they have, where they take, I can't remember what the percentage is off is, but if you get, you know, automatic shipments and you can pick, how long, how many weeks, how many whatever. Well, that's how we get their treats and stuff. And I get points with honey, all these different, things that you can do. And I was like, oh, I explained to her about Halford and how special he was to us, how he was just almost like having a human in the house, but he was a cat. But he was just so special, and how he was so special to the cats, and how we're all having a hard time and we're all missing him. I don't think I had one cat in my lifetime that I thought was the most special in my life, but I've never had a cat like Halford in my life before. And he touched my husband so much, and my husband is still great. I mean, so as you can tell, so am I. Um, but I'm the type that I want to talk about him all the time, and my husband is like, we need to, maybe not talk about him as much. But I know how much my husband loved this picture when we got it. So I wanted to get one of Halford really, really badly. So I called. And she said, send me a picture. And she gave me her email, which is a Chewy address. Um, Send me his picture and I will send it on and see if they can use it. Well, I sent my favorite picture, but I don't know if it's usable. He was our box cat. Anytime we got a box, and it was really sad this last time we got Chewy, because anytime we got Chewy, he was all over it and wanted in it as soon as we got it. He loved boxes. It was his favorite thing to do, was get in a box and explore it and then lay in it, live in it. He loved boxes. So it was really sad the last time we got our Chewy order. But I have always been a supporter of Chewy. I have always been telling people you should try their service. And now even more, I am so touched by them. She said, send me a couple more pictures so we know for sure that they have what they need. She said, expect to get a picture next week. She said, unfortunately, we can't get it to you in time for his birthday, but next Friday you should be getting a picture. And I was like, amazed, so amazed. And I wanted to tell you guys about that. But then today, I'm in bed, not able to get up because I'm feeling sick. And I hear our Ring doorbell go off. I heard it ding. And normally, if it's somebody making a delivery like FedEx or UPS, they'll ring it and then they'll go. I heard it ring again. So I opened up the app and I opened it up, and there was a guy standing there with a delivery. So I found the thing to be able to talk to him and told him, hold on, I'll be right there. And I go and I meet him at the door. And this is what he has. Look at this bouquet. Isn't that gorgeous? Simply gorgeous. And it's covered in plastic, and it has the the delivery slip still on it, which had the order like on it. It had my name, and it said for a funeral. It's a funeral arrangement. And I'm like, a funeral arrangement? Who died? Nobody died. And then I looked at it closer. I took it off, and I looked at it closer, and down below it said what arrangement they wanted, or you can substitute with this, 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 or this. And then it said pet friendly flowers. So they made sure that whatever was in this is pet friendly. So if the cats try to nibble on it, they get to it, it's not going to hurt them. Then I open up and I get the card. And my husband is like, who is sending you flowers? Because he knew he didn't do it. And I was amazed, and I lost it for a minute. And I was like, look at this. I said, I can't believe this. Here's the card. It says, we hope these flowers bring you comfort and remind you of the love Halford left on your heart. Warmly, Madison and your Chewy family. Madison is the customer service person who helped me last night. They sent us flowers. I will continue supporting this company for as long as I can. I know that companies, do affiliate programs, this and that. Chewy doesn't even do a referral thing where you get, whatever for referrals. I have never met a company who cares so much about the people that use them. I mean, I know there are other companies out there, but I personally have not experienced them. We'll send you oil paintings of your pets. If somebody had a dog, I'm sure they would send them a picture of their dog. Maybe even a hamster. I don't know. You can put up all your pets. They want you to put your pets up there. They want you to put the profile. They want you to tell them about your pet and send you flowers when they pass away. I mean, granted, they wouldn't do this for everybody. It's just because I called and I told her the story of Halford. But the fact that they did it, and I can't be the only one who actually calls them and tells them and all of that when things like this happen. Because I know there are people who who call customer service and tell them things like that all the time. I'm blown away. And because of the fact that they have sent these out, I'm sure there are other people who have called and asked about these. I'm just simply blown away. And I wanted to tell everybody about it. And if you ever need to order something, I mean, I found Chewy, I mean, because, I mean, it was all over commercial ads and stuff. But mainly because I was disabled and I couldn't go to the store to get what I needed. I started ordering, because I used to get the treats and stuff for the cats. I started ordering them off of Chewy. Best price I can find, better than Amazon. I mean, some things maybe not, but most things that I use, yes, because I always, check everywhere first. And I check the comments before I buy things. And I can't say enough. And Chewy has a customer for so thank you. If for some reason, somehow you happen to see this, thank you, Chewy. I appreciate it more than you can know. And you help put a little smile on my husband's face today. And I appreciate that more than anything. And even though I had to tell him about his birthday gift early, this is just so touching. I had a terrible day yesterday, and today started out feeling terrible, and you put a little smile on my heart. And I thank you so much. I need to go because I've been on here for 41 minutes now. I only meant it to be a couple. I've got work to get done while I'm still up. I want to work on some stitch markers. I wasn't going to today, but I woke up with this craving to make a couple. So I'm going to make at least 2 or 4. Get them up in my shop. I just put some Valentine stitch markers in my shop. So if you want to see them, go look. And just like always, those are the charms that I have right now. And some of the colors of the beads that I have. So if you want me to make you something else, message me, let me know. Just because those are the only ones in there doesn't mean that I can't make what you want. I can. Or make another one to look like most of them. Some of them I may not have all the beads for, but most of them I do. I just wanted to show you what I can do and what I have since I've been sick and I couldn't get duplicates of all of them made like I want. Don't ever think that what you see in my store is all that I can do because I have almost all of those charms and tons of beads and I can make you what you want. So, and if it's just like what I put up in the store, it's just going to be the same prices in the store. Or if it's the charm and you want different colored beads, it'll still be the same prices in the store. It's not custom made until I look for something different for you, as in I have to go off looking for a charm or looking for beads or doing something special added to it. So just to remind you of that. But I need to go. Please remember you matter. You matter so much to me. Email me if you ever want to talk to me. I'm here. I will message you back. If you want to say, hey, can we virtual talk sometime? I'll do that. Or chat on a call over Messenger. Or if you even want to exchange phone numbers, I put my phone number on my card so it's easy to find for anybody. I am here for you. For all of my subscribers, I am. Please remember you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you're handsome. I love you so, so much. I gotta go. Later.